once again to another episode of the Top Notch Coaching Network. My name is Still Confidence Me, and I am your host as usual. We've been looking at an interesting financial series over the past 10 weeks or so, and we hope to round it up next week. This will be the second to the last series, last episode in this particular financial series of the common money mistakes that people make. And like we always say, these mistakes we teach them so you can avoid them when you come across them or when you see them. Last week we talked about the mistake of poor customer service, and we said last week that a customer can fire from the executive of the company to the security man at the gate simply by taking his business elsewhere. And so we said that poor customer service is a money mistake that can cost you both your customers and your business. Today we want to look at another very vital common money mistakes that people make. So today we are looking at the mistake of over-investing in fixed assets. The mistake of over-investing in fixed assets. When we talk about fixed assets, we talk about those things we buy to use for a long time and that cannot be easily converted to cash. I repeat that fixed assets are those things we buy with the intention of using them for a long time and that cannot be easily converted to cash. Let me give you some examples like land, a building, furniture like this, equipment, and other things. The key point in fixed assets is that they cannot be converted into cash as quickly as possible. If I want to sell this furniture, if I am in need of urgent cash and I want to sell this furniture, the furniture will fetch me the money I need, but not when I need it. If I want to sell my car will fetch me the money I need, but not at the time when I need it. It may not be at that time. So if you over-invest in fixed assets, it is a money mistake and you should avoid it. Somebody said something. He said, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, but cash is king. And without that, for any individual and for any business, cash is important. In fact, the presence or the absence of cash can spell the difference between success or failure in the business or for an individual even. Let me give you this example. If somebody takes a loan of 3 million to start a business, for instance, and the person rents an office space, buys furniture, and spends more money putting one or two things in place in the office, and at the end of everything is left with like 300,000 or less for operations or for production. Now, automatically the person has over-invested in fixed assets. I would have made that mistake when I wanted to start my journey to financial freedom, if not for my mentor who corrected me and showed me a better way to start without over-investing in fixed assets. No matter what you do, you should know that cash is the lifeblood of any business. Cash is the lifeblood of any human being actually. Cash is important. Cash is king. Cash is the lifeblood of any business. And if you have it, opportunities that comes your way will become easy to access because you have access to that cash. In line with this mistake of over-investing in fixed assets, I also want to mention the that when it comes to another, there is another mistake I also want to chip in here in line with this cash over investing in fixed assets, and that mistake is the mistake of not managing your cash flow as it comes in. I am bringing this one in because if over investing in fixed asset does not trip you, mismanagement of cash flow could trip you. So it's important that as you avoid the mistake of over investing in fixed assets, that you should also avoid the mismanagement of your cash as it flows in. And that is why things like budgeting, financial records, financial plannings, diversification, and all are necessary if you must manage your cash properly. I learned two principles from my coach or mentor per se, and one of them is the 70-30 principle, which I believe you must have heard. The 70% is you living within the 70% of your income or your salary. Anything 70% of your income and salary per se cannot provide for you is not meant for you. Seriously, if you can't live within 70% of your income and your salary, then you are overworked, stretching. The remaining 30%, 10% of that 30 goes to God or to charity, whichever one you believe in, and the 20% that is left goes into your future. The second principle I learned is the 25-4 principle. In that principle, my coach and mentor taught me that 25% of my wealth should be in liquid cash, and for that reason I have piggy banks at home and cash accounts where I can easily access my cash via my ATM. Then he also taught me that 25% should go into things like the money markets that are also easily accessible. Then another 25% should go into shares and stocks, and the last 25% should go into things like real estate. Like I said when I started, and like I will always say, we teach these mistakes so you can avoid them. So having had and learned that over investing in fixed assets could be a money mistake for you, and that your inability to manage your cash flow can also trip you in life and in your business, then as a wise person, it's necessary you avoid these pitfalls as you journey to your worthy place. Till I come away again next time, thank you and keep subscribing.